This video is making me really want to watch like an old school martial arts movie from like the 60s or 70s. And I've got some free time today. So if you have a good suggestion, pop it in the comments below. If it sounds interesting, I'll pin it and I'll give you the coveted dancing Kirby because it's worth nothing, but it's cute. Citizens of Skyrim, Mark of the Cardavox Academy here, and today we are breaking down or listening to Eskimo Callboy MC Thunder 2, Dancing Like a Ninja. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Mark. I'm the vocal coach and founder of Cardavox Academy, where we teach you to scream like a demon and sing beautifully like an angel, all while making sure your voice is well preserved and healthy and you have good technique that will carry you for years to come. I'm also the vocalist in 3 different bands: Kardashev, who you heard in the intro, Neverbreath, and Viremia. And what we do here is we take the reaction format and we break it down and we try to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more educational. Now, one caveat for today. Yesterday and the day before, I was coming off of some of the worst food poisoning I've ever had. That being said, my vocal folds and my neck are very, very strained from all the puking. So I clearly feel much better now. So I'm gonna be holding off on doing vocals in today's video. I know that I normally do. As many of you know, we do have a Patreon where if you really like the content and you want to like, share, and subscribe, but maybe also support the content here on the channel, which you're certainly not obligated to do. We just recently opened up a Discord channel, literally like a couple days ago, and it's already flooded with memes and recipes and video game suggestions. Somebody showed a picture of like a cool lizard they found in Texas. I don't know. We're having a really good time. So feel free to hop on over and join in on the fun if you want. Eskimo Callboy, MC Thunder 2. Let's go. Seems like we finished the chorus. Also seems like this guy's in a bit of trouble. Doesn't like him looking at his girlfriend. What can I say? All right, so this video is a goober fest, and I kind of like it. It's a lot of fun. But let's talk vocals here. So first of all, what was that like? There was almost like this party whistle sound. Might have been a pig squeal, could have been. It's certainly possible to do these pig squeals at these super high frequencies, with these really, really bright sounds. Vulvodynia, if anybody's interested in something a little bit heavier than this, with a lot of those really high piercing pig squeals, you can check that band out. They're a good example of that. But let's talk about his fry screams, because that's the majority of what he's doing here. Now, one thing I really like about his fry screams is that they sound really open and really relaxed. Fry screams are a very relaxed and versatile thing, right? They're very low effort. I almost wish we didn't call them screams, because the majority of what we're doing is we're finding our bass sound and we're using that sound, placing it properly by, using good resonance, moving it forward, moving it up onto the soft palate as well, and then just projecting it, right? This is a very low effort sound. We've got people like Dan Watson from Enterprise Earth, Devin Townsend with some of my favorite fry screams of all time. Devin Townsend's a amazing. We've got these people doing these amazing fry vocals, and they sound very, very different, right? So it's a very, very versatile sound. Now, as far as like what a fry scream is, for anybody who may be new, maybe doesn't know, a fry scream is a scream where essentially we're taking our vocal folds and we're using them very gently and very intentionally to restrict the airstream, compress it a little bit, and generate a little bit of distortion, although we aim that distortion up on our soft palate, Now, what we're doing is we're taking kind of like, and again, I'm tempted to do it, but I'm not going to. I've got a full day of lessons booked tomorrow, so I really got to be kind to my voice after the strain of puking for like 6 hours. But what we do is we take the fry register. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. And then using proper resonance placement, we move it up. We open the mouth and we just sort of support it with our abdominal muscles. If you're working on fry screams at home and you're like, no matter how hard I push or how loud I go, the fry scream disappears, that's probably your issue. You need to relax back a little bit. A good proper fry scream is very low effort. And when you bring that effort back and you really allow the sound to exist versus force the sound to exist, you'll get that nice, clean, like TV static psh distortion that we really love with our fry screams. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep going. I'm sure there's a lot more to hear. Plus the song's fun, and I'm just kind of ready to get back into the mix. So here we go. Bam. Of course. Oh my God. That was some of the goofiest stuff. Stop it. That was some of the goofiest stuff I've ever run into. Like, the thing about it is with this vocalist, I'm kind of getting the idea that now this is really, I listened to Hypa when it came out. It's fine. Good song. So I'm not too familiar with Eskimo Callboy as a whole, but I'm feeling like this vocalist has a lot, and I'm not too familiar with the band, but a lot that they're not letting through. Like, I feel like there's a lot of tools in this guy's toolkit, and he kind of just stays with the fry the majority of the time, and then brings in a little bit of variation to sort of catch the listener, right? Because let's be honest, and this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing at all, but this is like a very poppy inspired song. There's a lot of pop inspiration here. And with pop music, we oftentimes want to re-get the listener's attention periodically throughout the song. And I think that he did that well with those weird squealy pig squeals. That's what I'm going to say they are now. It also kind of sounded like it's just a sound effect. Hard to tell for me because there's just a lot of production there, which again isn't a bad thing. But also with those false chords at the end, like what? Cool thing about those false chords is we had two different types of compression, right? We had I don't remember the lyrics, right? But he said like, let's go. And it was this like long, like dog bark. We're all familiar with that dog bark type of false chord approach, right? Which was very open, and we have a very passive engagement of the false chords, right? They're just sort of fluttering in the wind, fluttering in the wind. Then when he does like that push, I'm going to show you this actually, because I'm not going to demonstrate it, which I normally would just do, but I'm going to show you instead. So let's go back, bear with me. In fact, give me a second to find these spots. I will be right back. Okay, so here's the first one. Now, if you're new to this whole like metal vocal thing, and I'm saying fry and false chord, what the heck is this guy talking about? Well, when I say these terms, what I'm talking about primarily, and across the internet, you will find people who use these terms differently. What I'm talking about is the primary method of compressing the airflow and what we use to start the process of distortion, right? So, with a fry scream, we talked about the vocal folds being together. This requires a lot of balance, and it can be done totally safe as long as you're doing it right. False chords are actually something completely different. It's almost on the opposite end of the spectrum because we're holding the vocal folds open, and we're using these little flaps above the vocal folds called the false chords or vestibular folds to create a little bit of the distortion. Now, normally, like I said, I would just go ahead and demonstrate to you, but you can see my other videos for that. But let's listen to this first one. Now, this is the false chord here is the very low sound. And I want you to hear that it sounds very relaxed, almost like the person is just like prolonged grunting. However, as vocalists, we don't just grunt. We move this to the proper place, get the distortion out of the throat so it doesn't hurt. But here we go. Here's this. That sound. Right, you heard that? One more time. Let's really solidify it in the old noggins. Okay, so that was very open and wide. Now we've got a couple layers. This is at least double tracked vocals, which is like, that's standard. No one's cheating here. It's fine. Let's go and let's find the more compressed one. Okay, so I found it. I don't know why. I just get such a kick out of this fight scene. Like, it's kind of hard to take seriously, but at the same time, that's kind of why I love it. It's like camp done very, very well. But anyways, notice how this sound is a little bit tighter, and we actually can hear a little bit more of the actual false chord engagement in the scream. Now, again, this is at least double tracked. We've got a couple layers of vocals here, but you can hear the difference, and it has a little bit more of like a resonant, hollow sound, because we're pushing to the front of the mouth. Here we go. Now, I don't want to set the precedent that fry vocals have to be high and false chord vocals have to be low. That's certainly not the case, although that's commonly what you run into because it tends to be, for most people, easier that way. And I also don't want you to get too caught up on like, I'm a fry vocalist, I'm a false chord vocalist. Like, it's great to know how to do both, and we can approach many different vocal styles from either perspective. But this is part of what's making me think that this vocalist has got a little bit more up his sleeve, and he just lets it out periodically to get our attention. Right. Now, this may be one of those situations where they have one clean singer and one screamer. I'm not sure. Let me know if they do. But yeah, very, very good. Like, it's a silly, goofy song with really good vocal technique involved. Excellent, relaxed fry screams. Excellent, relaxed, varied false chord screams. And, it's a lot of what we do when we start is we learn the sound, but we learn how to make the sound in a relaxed manner so it doesn't hurt, right? So we can go for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, however long we want to go, play a full set with no pain and strain. Anyways, that's about it for this song. I really enjoy it. I think I'm going to listen to a little bit more Eskimo Callboy. They're definitely good music for like when I need to get off the couch and exercise and motivate myself to do something good. Again, if you like the content, if you had some fun, and if you want to hear more of this analysis, check out the rest of our channel. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate you. Again, we opened up a Discord exclusive to our patrons, which so far has been a lot of fun. I was up way too late last night learning about lizards, because, hey, you never know. Anyways, and our patrons also get to vote on a reaction video each month. But beyond that, I appreciate all of you very, very much. To any of my students who may be watching this, I'll see you tomorrow. Many thanks. Much love. I'm out.